are with
Chapter 3.
Growing With, Chapter 3, where we talk about withing.
Withing. Is that a new word?
It is. It's kind of
Withing.
taking a word and making it into a verb.
Yeah, W-I-T-H-I-N-G if you
Yes.
haven't purchased the book yet.
Yes. So the goal of withing is a family's growth in supporting each other as children grow more independent.
Right.
So a couple things stand out here. It's a family's growth. You know, you're growing with them. It's not like, you know, we've got it all figured out and we're letting them go through the stages of adolescence, but we're also growing with them and having the humility to understand that.
And you also know by you change your parenting.
Yeah,
Sometimes
yeah.
From the first child to the last child,
Yeah.
your parenting changes because you learn along with them.
Right.
But yeah, but this says, yes, striking the right balance of challenge and support.
Yeah.
Yep.
Very good. And then warm is the new cool, which I thought was kind of interesting. That we want to be families that develop warmth in them, in connection. And it says here, family warmth is just as important, just as impossible to fake, and just as vital in a young person's faith journey. Warmth and withing go hand in hand. As your family gets warmer, you will get better at withing and vice versa. So be intentional about creating opportunities for warmth, because that's where I think the best kind of withing happens.
Right. Yeah, what they say in here is you can hire and buy cool, but you can't hire, and you can't fake warmth. And, you know, children's ministry, we've talked about that for years, that, you know, kids want, they want all the bells and whistles, but they also really need the relationships, the warmth from their Sunday school teachers. So, yeah, not cool.
No, very uncool. I lost my cool at about 23.
Oh, you had cool?
For a little while, maybe. All right, so one other thing that jumped out at me and in the chapter here is there are greater parent-child faith similarities in families who maintain close relationships. It seems that when a child feels close to a parent, they are more likely to follow in the faith footsteps of that parent. When a child feels distant from a parent, they tend to walk away not only from that parent, but also from what is important to the parent, including their faith. So it's very important that you have a warm family environment, because you increase the chance that your faith will be passed on to them. But if your home is cold and divisive and hostile, chances are that child's going to walk away from the faith, as well as...
Because they're walking away from you.
Yeah, because they're walking away from you. So make sure that, I mean, if your faith is important to you, and you want your child to share that faith, then you want to have a warm environment where you're fostering relationships and growth and conversation.
And you know, as your child gets older, you may have already noticed this with, you know, preschoolers, first grade, and then on through high school, is your conflicts are just going to increase. Mm-hmm. The amount of things that you can battle over increases as your child gets older too. You know, from choosing their curfew time to their clothing, all that stuff.
I had twin girls, and there were lots of fights over clothing. Yes, it was something.
Even with each other, probably.
Oh,
like
big time with each other. Yeah. And then there were fights when Zach could fit into my clothes, and I was mad. I was the one that was getting angry. Stop wearing my jeans. All right, so go figure. But a couple other things that I thought stood out was the relationship with their siblings and the relationship with their grandparents. One thing that my kids have that I had a little bit, but not as much as they have, is their strong relationship with their grandparents. And grandparents living longer than back in the 60s or 70s. And so fostering a warm relationship there, especially when your family might be going through the tumultuous teen years, for them to have grandparents they can fall back on, and trying to teach them as siblings to love each other. I know that there's going to be years where it's going to be difficult, but the goal is that when they're adults, that they are still siblings that love each other, care for each other, look out for each other. And I'm just right right on the edge of seeing that come to fruition. And I'll tell you what, I was a little nervous about that going through the teenage years, if they would have any relationships with each other in their adult lives. But by continuing to try and foster that warmth, even during the rocky years, it's turning out okay now.
Because they will not like each other at some point, all of them.
Oh, they would. Yeah, it's true. It's absolutely true.
Yeah, my girls would pick on Jack. Jack would complain about the girls, and my girls would argue with each other.
Yeah.
But they.
Well, I had girls that would double team Zach, and they usually got along with Ben okay. But I mean, they could double team on Ben too, so it was double trouble, definitely. So
it also talks about when you're talking to your kids that as they get older, you'll get less and less information out of them, and they will quickly shut you off if they feel like they are being challenged in any way. So you always want to ask questions like, "Tell me more."
Yes.
Open-ended questions.
Yes,
I remember,
ask lots of questions.
Yeah,
Don't start with "back in my day."
Yeah.
That's not a good conversation to have.
Scott does that all the time.
No.
Yeah. I used to love to get, and I still do, love to get my kids in the car because that 15-minute ride taking them to school, especially boys. I mean, girls tend to talk.
It didn't take much to get the girls to talk, but it did with the boys.
Yeah, boys.
Because they would always give like one-word answers, like, "How was your day?" "Good."
Good.
"So what happened?" "Nothing." And so you want to
What's the
pry
best
a little
part
bit
of your
more.
day?
Yeah,
Yes.
just ask deeper questions and really try and pick their brain a little bit more and really show interest in their lives and what they're going through, what's happening with them.
And we know it's hard. We know that it's not easy to be consciously thinking of the open-ended question to ask, but I will tell you, on the other side of it, having the young adults, it definitely pays off because you want that open relationship with your kids. You want them talking to you even when they don't have to.
Right. And I thought another interesting thing in the book was understanding technology in this idea of withing is that I think there's some extremes that we tend to go towards of seeing technology as, banning our kids from it or whatever, but we can use it to our advantage. I mean, dropping a quick note, letting them know I love you, I'm thinking about you today, I'm praying for you, how can I pray for you? We have such quick and easy access to communicate in their terms with the language that they like to use, with texting and if you're one of those hip parents, TikTok or Snapchat, but I mean, kids like to communicate in different ways, and I would encourage you to take advantage of that. Take advantage of that.
Or at least have a family group.
A group text, yeah.
A group
we've
text.
got one of those too.
That's, even if it's a funny picture that you're sending them through the day, which is usually what ours are. It's usually a picture of the dogs doing something, or somebody found something that they thought was humorous. And even if your kids don't respond, you're still making that touch with them. And having a group family text is great.
Oh, it is. Yeah, we probably
you
text
use
on
the
that every day.
technology.
Every day, yeah. So with that, I think that just understanding the importance of relationships and warmth and connecting them on several levels, not only with you, but with grandparents, with their siblings, and I would extend that out to even small group leaders, pastors, people in the church, that the church ought to be a place of warmth too, where they can connect and they can have like an extended family. And so when they're wrestling with you, they got a small group leader, maybe they can process some of the stuff with somebody outside of the circle, the family circle, that can also affirm you as a parent, but help them process some of the stuff that they're going through.
Yeah, when a youth leader or a Sunday school teacher or another adult kind of validates what you've been saying all along, it definitely is a good thing. And we did want to let you know that we will have Sunday school this weekend, so the kids are back, but we are taking all kinds of safety precautions. Older kids are wearing masks. Each child will have their own table, their own snacks and supplies. I know Scott's been doing stuff with the youth you doing Sunday nights with the youth?
Yes.
So.
Well, now that you dated ourselves, what date is this going to be on Sunday? Do you know?
October 6th, 17th. You asking me for a date?
Yeah.
Date?
Yeah,
17th?
because I mean, you mentioned the date, and so it's the second weekend of October.
Second week.
So there you go.
When do these go out? Don't these go out?
They go out. But I mean, people might watch them like 2 years from now and be like, oh, you're just starting Sunday school now.
Oh, technology.
Yeah,
Technology.
very good, very good. All right, so that is chapter 3, withing.
Withing.
Get with it, parents.
With. Be warm, not cool.
Yeah, warm. Yeah. Cool. You're not cool anymore if you have teenagers in your house.
Yeah,
Just know that.
Yeah, your IQ's way down.
Yeah, mom and dad are not cool anymore. It's like, Mom, Dad, stop. And so you want to be warm and stop trying to be cool. So that's good. That's good advice. So we'll see you next week. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.